Okay, so the first day, I went to the Jidokan. Well, actually, I went there before. Right during August. I think the first of August. To actually ask them if I can do volunteer in Jidokan. And I met few students. I only met 3, and 2 remember me. Yeah, and that day, the kancho-san, which is the manager of the Jidokan, and I actually introduced myself in front of the class, but in front of the student children, and they taught me the daily routine and what I should do and what I shouldn't. Like like I should, like, students or children should wear socks when they're playing bicycle or motorcycle, unicycle, and and they shouldn't be running around in the playing room. Which playing room? No. Uh, yeah, playing room which has carpet and stuff like that. And I get to know many students, children, but one thing I got really which really catched me, or which I felt really weird, was um 集団責任 in Japanese. In Japan, there's this culture that if one do something wrong, everyone has to take the responsibility. So, I felt really weird about that. The boy, he was shouting out, and he was in the group, and okay, he didn't have really good manners during the meeting, and he was in a group of 6, and the teacher said that the group cannot leave, and the group itself had to be scolded, even though only the boy was kind of causing the problem. So yeah, I felt really weird. And how the teacher actually scolded the children was really one way. Like, they didn't even hear why the boy did that, or why the boy took that action, but they just scolded they were wrong. Yeah, I'm not really sure that's a good way of raising a kid. Since my mother knows a lot about disabilities, I know a little bit about disabilities too. So I hear a lot about disabilities from my mother. And in Jidokan, there were a few kids that I thought they had some disabilities, which is really minor. Not minor, but like ADHD. Like, they tend to not have any social. Yeah, they do not, like, since if they're ADHD, they doesn't mean that they have disabilities towards, like, studying or something, but they may have disability towards social communication, such as, how do you say, like, running around. They can't stop. They can't stop themselves from moving or something like that. And there was this boy, and he was running around in Jidokan while the teacher was speaking, and I thought he was ADHD because it seems like he couldn't stop himself from doing that. But the teacher scolded him. But actually, yeah, it's his fault, but it doesn't mean that he's, like, intending to do that. He, like, if he was doing that to cause a problem, I think he should be scolded. But he didn't do that to be scolded, or he didn't intend it to be cause problem. He just couldn't stop himself from, he just couldn't stop himself from moving, and that is one of the disabilities of ADHD. yeah, so I thought that the how the teachers um solve those problems were really too simple and doesn't really match the children's situation. Yeah, yeah, and what the teachers do is just scold, and they don't really actually like compliment students. And I feel, oh, this is my personal opinion, but I feel children grows under the environment which adults or people recognize them and actually recognize them as a person, and and I think people should actually give compliments to the children so they can have the confidence. Japanese education towards children is always about scolding, and I personally don't think that is an effective way of treating a child. Maybe it is effective towards normal child, like normal Japanese children, but if they have any disabilities, I don't think that would be really effective. So I think teachers should at least change attitude or the way to solve those problems by the children, which should be, yeah, okay, never, yeah. So this was a problem I found out in the Jidokan. Um, yeah. Mm, and mm, teacher, yeah. Those were the problems I found.